What's up, guys? WTF Joe here. Just wanted to stop by and say hi. Enjoying this weekend before I have to go back to work. But picked up another SKS this morning on my way to work, and just wanted to, I don't know, give you guys a little preview of it. Stopped back here yesterday, Stopped back here yesterday to my little peanut shooting gallery and fired up some new mags out of my Glock 43, which shoots a 9mm projectile. This is a full metal jacket. One of my old hand loads. They're a few years old, so had to see if they were still good and they were keeping well, and the ammo can I had them in. But I just wanted to show you guys something. I found it kind of interesting. This is pretty well mild steel. Actually, this piece is definitely hardened to an extent. You can kind of see the layers of steel there. It's not like Damascus or anything, but what I found interesting was that I just now set the SKS down to turn the camera on and actually found this indentation. This is from yesterday. This is before I just started shooting. So this is where this 9mm projectile hit, and this was actually just laying like down there in the ground. But I tell you, I've shot all this steel here with 9mm and of course a lot of 22 long rifle, and I've even shot it with 223, and about the most damage it'll do is a 223. You'll start seeing a little bit of splattering there, but I mean the slightest indentation from a 223. You really don't even see any bulge in the back, and this is like this is barely 1/8 inch steel. Like I say, it's a mild steel, so I find it quite impressive that it holds up to any amount of shooting. But I find it more interesting that the 9mm yesterday actually did that. But this 7.62 by 39 out of the old Chinese SKS actually just put quite a nice crater in that piece there. Of course, it's not going to be enough to bulge it or anything, but it definitely will eat at it. Pretty interesting. It also put quite a nice crater in that piece there. Again, it actually did bulge that, I'll be darned. It made a nice bulge on the back and blew away some of the rust on the back of that piece of steel. And as you can see, it obviously went clean through and made a nice little piece of Swiss cheese out of this 1/8 inch steel. You know, not much to say there. But yeah, this is a Chinese SKS that I picked up this morning. Obviously it has the sword style bayonet, not the spherical one. It's mostly numbers matching. I deal with these things quite a bit. They make pretty good bartering material. They're going for about $400 these days. If you can find one for $400, it's pretty well what they go for. You can find them still for $300, in between $300 and $400. In which case, if you can afford it, pick it up, because if you find one in a shop or like a pawn shop or something on like consignment, they're oftentimes like close to $500. Or if not, I mean, I see them a lot for like $4.99, and they're not in their original form. They're in like a Tapco stock or something goofy like that, which, I say that's goofy because you can always go that route. You can pick up one of those $40 polymer stocks and drop these things in them, no problem. But to be able to have them in their working form and, use them the way they were intended to be used is quite a treat. Nothing like an old SKS. They're pretty fun to shoot. But yeah, that's about it. I've got a buddy on the way out to do some maintenance back here in the field where I've shown you guys in the past that I've got steel. We've been picking up railroad ties when we can. Just remembered I had one right here, but we've actually got about 8 or 9 of them back here in the back of the field. So our goal is to be able to shoot right where I am in line, but it's going to be right down there by that wire spool, and we're just going to keep this line of sight all the way down and shoot back there. So yeah, you can kind of see the railroad ties, but that's the goal, is to put a nice backstop back behind the AR 500 gong back there. And honestly, the reason we're doing it's kind of peace of mind for the rest of the neighborhood. And there's actually an old pond right there on that little hillside. There's a target right there. You can kind of see right there above my finger. There's a little target stand with some swinging targets. Those belong to a farmer that sometimes shoots pistol back there. But right up on that hillside, there's a pond. Obviously, the bank of his pond would make a great backstop, but my property ends right back here where that tall grass is. And just trying to be considerate, just trying to be accountable for every round we send out of a weapon. Obviously, we don't do any shooting if there's anybody back there. And honestly, don't do a whole heck of a lot of shooting out here anyways. I've only got about 190 yards of clean sight that we can shoot with. And, you know, that's not really all that fun when you've got ARs and stuff that are capable of a lot longer distance. But, you know, we just try to make the shooting that we do count and make it fun. So that's the plan. But, yeah, for now, I just wanted to stop, show you guys a little bit of what this Chinese SKS did to some of this steel, along with that 9mm out of the Glock 43 yesterday. But yeah, that's it, guys. I'll drop another video soon. I don't know what it's going to be. Hey, I will say something real quick, just because I'm noticing it. I've been told that tires make a great sound suppressor. If you stack a row of tires, you know, end to end there, and you shoot through the tires, I've been told that, you know, those act like a big suppressor baffle. So I actually tried that the other day. I shot through those tires into the wood pile, and I did it with a Ruger American Ranch and chambered in 223. So I think that's out of a 22-inch barrel on that Ruger. But I took a shot and couldn't really tell, so we got the 22 out and took a shot beside the tires and then in the tires, and oddly enough, it actually sounded a lot louder in the tires. So don't know if I need to bury half of that, you know, bury it halfway down in the ground, or get a longer row of tires, or maybe that's just not true at all. I'm not sure. It would make sense to me because the gases have nowhere to go except for, you know, right there on the property. So I don't know, maybe we'll explore that later on more. But that's it. Yeah, thanks guys for stopping by. It's been WTF Joe here. I'm gonna hop off here and enjoy the rest of my weekend with the boys, and got a little yard work done. So got my buddy on the way out now with a little bobcat to get some of that work done back there in the field. So we'll see what it looks like, and maybe I'll show you guys here soon. You guys have a good day and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Stay safe out there. People are in the streets protesting and you know, making a mess of this George Floyd situation. I'm all for protesting, absolutely. I mean, what happened was wrong. It was crazy, hands down. There's no argument to be made there. But you know, people are taking it a little too far and doing a lot of damage to cities, and that's just not cool. So if you guys are in one of those cities that's taking place in, I hope you guys stay safe. Obviously, you got to protect you and yours. So more than that, though, I say we stay to ourselves and keep a clean nose until this blows over. So you guys take care. As always, WTF Joe here. If you guys want to add me on Snapchat, give me a shout. I'm pretty active on there. So I got an Instagram, but not really that active on there. Better off adding me to Snapchat if you guys want to talk or see anything. I can much easier shoot you guys a photo of something that I've talked about or something you guys want to see. Snapchat's just a little bit easier, a little more live, a little more real time. So at WTF Joe, if that's something you're interested in. I'll catch you guys soon. Later on.